Hello and welcome to the second lesson of MotorBont. In this lesson, as the title suggests, we are going to be searching data in our database. As part of this lesson, you are going to need to get a few things ready. The first is to make sure your team is open, which hopefully you've already done, and you've clicked the link to enter here. And the second is a database link. Now, when you click on this database link here, you'll notice a database is going to open like so. However, if you scroll down a little bit on Moodle, you'll notice I've put the database in Moodle as well. Now, if you can't see anything on your screen because this database doesn't load, you have the link which is here, and that will load for you. Now, I'm going to be going through a PowerPoint, which is here. This PowerPoint is what I'm going to refer to throughout the lesson. When you click on it, it's going to open, and we'll have something open like this. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to need to do is, as I've said, I need you to open the database link or make sure it's working here for you, because you are going to need it in today's lesson. Now then, the other thing you are going to need in today's lesson is your pupil booklet, because the tasks are in your pupil booklet and you are going to be screenshotting into your pupil booklet. The search criteria is going to be on the right hand side, so what I want you to find, and then I want you to put your results here, and I want you then to tell me how many cars have been found here. If you can't remember how to get to this pupil booklet, on Teams, click on the General tab, click on Assignments, and then click on the database task, which is here. You will then be able to click on your pupil booklet, and as this is the second lesson, we're starting off a few pages down on page 10 today. I'm going to ask you now to pause the video, and I want you to get 3 things ready. Firstly, I need you to make sure your team booklet is up, ready. I need you to make sure this database has loaded, and if you want to, this is optional, click on the PowerPoint link to open that as well. Pause the video now and get those open, please. In order for you to complete the first 4 pages of your pupil booklet, I need to teach you how to search using this database. So I'm going to go through a few examples with you. Please watch this video, and then once we've done the first few samples, I'm going to ask you to complete a quick task. We're going to start off by finding all of the blue cars. Now at this moment you do not need to screenshot anything, you just need to watch and see what I'm doing. So if I'm looking for all of the blue cars in our database, what I'm going to do is this. In the top left hand corner I have a magnifying glass, and when I click on that magnifying glass, it's going to expand. Now if I'm looking for all of the blue cars, you can see on the top here I have section headings: ID, car make, car model, colour, miles, and so on and so on. I have drop down menus here so I can select different headings. So for example, I'm trying to find all of the blue cars, and blue is a colour, so I'm going to click on colour. Now you'll notice this database is reloaded. Don't worry, I want to find all of the blue cars, so colour and then I've got equals, and then I'm going to click on this drop down menu here, and we're going to look for blue. And if we notice, there's 4 cars that have come up. You don't need to count how many cars that have come up, because it will show you here how many cars have appeared. To reset this database and use it again, click on the little red cross. That then will return your database to its original state. We are now going to do another search. The next search we're going to look for is to find all of the cars built before 2015. Now if you notice, I have a heading here which says year built. I'm going to click on my first criteria, and we're going to look for year built. Now notice what this has asked for. It's asking the cars built before. Now I am going to use this middle part here, which is called an operator. Now you should have looked at these in primary school in maths. So we've got equal to, we've got less than, more than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. Now because we are looking for every car built before 2015, I'm going to use the less than option here. I'm then going to click on this option here, this drop down, and we're going to select and look for 2015. And as you can see, there are 11 cars in my database that are built before 2015. Before we search for the next criterion, remember to delete the previous search. The next thing we're going to search for is to find all of the petrol cars. Now if you notice, we have a option here which is called fuel, and there's some which are petrol, hybrid, diesel and so on. So I'm going to click on the first box here, and we are going to go down to fuel, and then we're going to set the value to petrol. And you can see there's 21 cars being found. Now then, what I'm going to ask you to do is complete pages 10 to 14 of your pupil booklet. The booklet is in the assignment area of Teams. What you will need to do is read the clipboard and then take a screenshot of your results and put it in here. We'll do the first one together. If I wanted to find all of the Ford cars, what we would do, just going to clear all of the search criteria by clicking the X. I want to find all of the Fords, so I'm looking here for car make, and then I'm going to click on the second option here and go and look for Ford, which will be in the list. I'm then going to press my print screen button, or if you're on a Chromebook, use the control and print screen button, which will be on the top. And then I am going to paste it in here. And when it asks me how many cars have been found, we need to basically say 4 cars have been found. Continue on through the booklet, as there are other searches that you need to complete until you hit the complex search. Pause this video now and please complete pages 10 10 to 14 of your pupil booklet. For your next task, you are going to complete a complex search. Now, a complex search is where we search for more than one criteria at the same time. This isn't any more difficult. In fact, once you get used to this process, it's quite easy. Before we start, I'm going to click on the X here to clear any search criteria. So I'm going to go through a few examples with you first before you are going to complete your task. In this first example, we're going to look for all of the black cars built before 2014. So we are going to click here in the drop down list, click on colour. I want to find all the cars which are black, so I'm going to click on the drop down here, and we've got all of the black cars. Now we also need to add in another search criteria to find everything built before 2014. So I'm going to click on the drop down here, click on and if you notice, we've got another set of boxes. So I'm going to look for year built by clicking on the drop down, going to year built, clicking on this option here, the middle option, and I need this less than because it's before, and I'm going to select 2014 from my option. And if you look, there's 3 cars which have been returned. Let's do another search. In the next example, we're going to find all of the diesel cars over £14,000. I'm going to remove the search criteria here, and we're going to start again. So I'm looking for all of the diesel cars. So I'm going to click on the first drop down, and we're going to go for fuel equals, click here, and I'm going to go for diesel. The last option here, I'm going to click on and we need to find everything over 14,000. So I'm going to click on the price, drop down here, go to price. I'm going to change this value from equals to greater than. And this time I am going to type in a value. I'm going to type in 14,000. Now you'll notice there are no cars here. Now that's absolutely fine. There may not be any diesel cars over £14,000. We're going to do one more very quickly. In this option, we're going to look for 3 different criteria. So I want to find all the black cars without an MOT with less than 2 owners. So to start this, I'm going to click close and close there. And we're going to search now firstly for all of the black cars. So I'm going to click on colour equals black. We're going to click then on and then I want to find all those without an MOT. So I'm going to click here, MOT equals no, and I need then number of owners is less than, and I'm going to type 2 in here. And if you look there, there's 1 car that's been returned. Now, for this next task, you are going to complete pages 15 to 19 of your pupil booklet. And if I just get the pupil booklet up here very quickly for you, you can see page 15 here starts with finding the petrol cars with less than 50,000 miles. So what you need to do, we'll do the first one together. Remove the criteria here. So we're going to find all of the petrol cars first. So I'm going to click here and look for fuel equals petrol. And we need to find every car, look, with less than 50,000 miles. So I'm going to go and look for the miles. I'm going to say less than, and I'm going to type in 50,000. I'm going to then take a screenshot, put it into my database here, into my pupil booklet, and then I'm going to put the answer here as well. Pause the video now and complete the complex searches, please. Okay folks, if you are done, which hopefully you've managed to complete the simple search and the complex searches, if there's still time in the lesson, then you can go on to the extension task. The extension task is where you create your own search criteria. I'm just going to drag in an example here. As you can see, your extension task is coloured in a yellow. So what you need to do is think of your own criteria to search for. So for example, cars which are blue and under £12,000. Now you can add whatever criteria you'd like. Just remember to screenshot, put the search results here, and then tell me how many cars have been found there. If you are on the extension task, there's a few boxes free for you to use, and if you want to add more in, you're more than welcome to.